Steve Pechenik, and this is Steve Talks.
Hello, I'm Dr. Pechenik. I want to address a very important issue that has just come up in respect to China and the need for China to control the internet. Let me make it clear to the Chinese officials, President Xi Jinping, and Professor Wang Hunan, who made a statement on the 4th International Internet Conference that it was the right and the province of President Xi to control the internet so that authoritarian rule could dominate the internet. Nothing could be more foolish and more self-destructive than that statement and that implementation. Let me explain something to you, Professor Wang. Way before you were involved at the Fudan University and you were still a teenager, I was trained in the 1970s on the internet and social media. I was trained by DARPA and the CIA. I'm not speaking to you as an operative or as an agent or as a representative of any government or any institution. I'm speaking to you as a friend of China. To make it very clear, I think your statement is both dangerous and should be reconsidered. Why do I say that? As a friend of China whose granduncle, Dr. Adolf Jaffe, helped Mao Zedong to create the communist revolution, I'm concerned that in effect you are in the process of destroying the very strength of China, which is its economy and its content, and the young people who need to thrive on that economy and content. Let me explain what I mean, Professor Wang, because I don't think you understand economics, and I don't think you really understand psychological warfare. Number one, you do not suppress your investment stocks like YRD or QD that came out and basically rose to the top of their value, and then you purposely force them down to lose billions of dollars. You do not suppress Momo and the internet stock, for which the individuals in China relate to each other through the video of their mobile phone, because you think in some way that may be dangerous. You do not suppress BitAuto, which is a way for the Chinese youth to buy and sell cars on the internet without intermediaries. In short, you're entering into the dangerous zone when you say that President Xi understands the sovereignty of the cybernet. There is no sovereignty of the cybernet. The very nature of internet is that it is a cyber nation, that it leads to cyber warfare, and that it leads to cyber terrorism. To make it more specific, when I came to China over the 30-year period, I was a friend of China. I helped China. I helped to build certain elements within China. But the last time I was in China over 7 to 8 years ago, invited by Kicker and Li Bo of the Bureau of Public Safety, I was asked by the Bureau of Public Safety, your intelligence organization, whether I was there to take down China the same way I took down the Soviet Union, I took down the Khmer Rouge, and eventually put in Hun Sen, without any war, without any battles. My answer at that time was very simply no. I'm here to see how the new China is expanding and what the accomplishments of Hu Jintao was. You were an assistant to Hu Jintao, but he is not the strongest leader. Now you're an assistant to President Xi, and you've made a serious mistake at the 4th International Internet Conference to say that China's internet will be controlled at will because that is the only way you can allow for gradual growth. That is a mistake. What will in fact happen as you suppress the internet companies involved in economics or in content, it will come back to hurt you when the children of the princelings and the children of the one-child policy will come back and start rioting in the streets of China. Is this something I wish for you? No. But I wish for you to think about what you said and how you understand the internet. No nation will control the internet. By its very nature, the internet is nothing more than binary numbers floating around in space, going from place to place without the imposition of the nation state. In fact, if you want to look at NetForce, the books that I helped to write, you will see that there is a cyber nation. China does not exist as an entity, but more as a compilation of different internet entities. But when you start to control your own markets, your stock markets, the Alibabas, the Tenets, the QDs, the Bosons, the Momos, you're getting yourself into serious trouble and entering into a world of self-destruction. I do not wish this for China, but you're heading for a world where the young people will start to collect together and start having flash mobs and be able to come and attack you in ways that you don't even know. Now, let me be very clear. The world that we're in now will not require guns or ammunitions or fighting. Those days are gone. In the words of Sun Tzu, the real war begins in the minds of the individuals involved. And believe me, I have already understood China in a far more serious way than you have, Professor Wang. I have been there before you were even there as a young man. I was there while it grew, and I understand every element that could be brought down without any war. So I wish you the best of outcomes so that you begin to understand what it means to let the internet grow by the forces of economics, by the forces of free will, by the forces of youth that will want to make China a great country. Leave it alone and let President Xi leave it alone and let China grow and prosper as it should. Thank you very much.
Hi, this is Dr. Steve Pachenik, and this is Steve Talks.